What is going on, everyone? Matt here. Welcome back to Devlog 3 for Total Zombie Lockdown, or TZL for short. And it's been about 2 months since my last devlog on this game, and within those past 2 months a ton of things have changed to the point where I wrote down an entire list of things to go over here today, and I put together an Android build that is working that I want to showcase as well, with hopes of releasing this game within the next few weeks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing that I've done was change the title screen. So if you've seen any of the other videos, you may notice this was the previous title screen, and it looked pretty boring, it looked pretty dull, it looked pretty plain, unappealing, and more so it was just a reference. So what I did was I redid the entire title, as you see on the left, and I changed the font, I changed the colors, I've added some glow, some shadows, I changed the button here, and again it has a shadow, it looks nice. And then I went ahead and I added 2 buttons here. Now the button placement was a bit different. I wanted to add some buttons on the left, some buttons on the right. However, this seems final for now. Now what I have here is a button for controlling the audio, so muting and unmuting, and then I have a shop button. So let's go ahead and click on the shop button. The next thing I've been working on has been a gem shop. Now this gem shop took like a good 3, 4, 5 days to fully flesh out and finalize. The shop has also gone through several different revisions, as it first looked ugly and it didn't really have a clear direction of where I wanted to go. So now it's a bit clean, looks nice, and actually represents the shop in the way I wanted to represent the shop. So what is the gem shop, you may ask? A gem shop is a shop where you can buy melee items, as you see here. So I already own the bat, I can equip the bat, and I already own these first 2 skills. I can go ahead and equip any one of the first 2 skills. It is where you can buy a melee item to equip, or a skill. Now these skills are one-time use. I didn't want to make the skills too overpowered to that if someone has gems, they're just naturally better at the game. And there's a lot of games like that where it's kind of like pay to win, and I didn't want to implement anything like that into the game. I want to make it a bit fair, but also make it rewarding for actually getting gems. So I believe I found a happy medium. I may add some more items in the future. I may add some more skills in the future, but for now, this is going to be final. Now, right here I have 100 gems. I'm just going to go ahead and buy a sword, for example, and then there goes all my 100 gems, and then I'll keep this rapid resource skill on. So on the left, you'll see here, there's a bit of a description, and the description says exactly what item that you're choosing. Every item has its own special ability, and every skill has its own special ability and its own uniqueness to it. And then the same thing with the skills on the right side, it defines the skill you're selecting. And then the item that's kind of like in blue, that means that the item is equipped, and then that means that the skill is equipped. So what this means is whenever I start the game and play, I'll automatically start off with the sword and start off with the healing skill. Let's go ahead and get started now. I had 2 different modes I wanted to add to the game. So there's story and there's endless. I'm going to get rid of story mode because it's very time consuming to work on the game and then create an entire story in the background. I just wanted to keep it simple. So I plan on making a quick mode here, so quick play, and then renaming the endless mode to survival, or maybe I'll keep it endless, I'm not really sure yet, but that's the idea going forward. So let's go ahead and click endless. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So I've added a bunch more user interface. Since it's going to be an Android game, I wanted to make sure that I can add as much user interface as possible where the player can interact. You can have a lot of different things going on, and the player actually does have a bit of strategy here. So it does get a bit intense, a bit complicated, that kind of stuff. So on the bottom right, you'll see this is the melee item, and the bar just goes up on its own, unlike the gun. The gun's bar goes up depending on how many bullets that you actually land, and then the sword melee attack goes up on its own on a timer. So a few other things I've added now: whenever the zombie does get close, I can click on the sword and use it, and then it'll deal massive amounts of damage. The axe will swing the zombie back, so on and so forth. So next up, I added a combo system, which you'll see here shortly, as long as I don't get hit. And the whole idea behind the combo system is that if I hit X amount of zombies, or if I kill a number amount of zombies, then I'll start to get a combo if I don't get touched. As soon as a
zombie attacks me and I actually get hit, then that combo goes away. And that also plays into the whole like strategy kind of aspect of the game. How that works is really that you want to just make sure the zombie doesn't kill you, but you also want to rake in as much gold as you can. So ideally you would want to like shoot for the legs, try and slow them down, get more points, deal less damage, but make sure they still die when they get to you. So the next thing, as you saw, I just finished talking about it, is there's 3 different attack styles, and if you shoot low, you shoot for the legs, which slows the zombie. You can shoot for the body, I just lost my combo, which will knock the zombie back. And then if you go for the head, you can go ahead and deal a headshot, give a chance of dealing a headshot. So the next thing I want to go over is these little pop-ups that come on top of the zombies, like this little like UI that pops up. Now I wanted to add something to actually show that something's happening. So like if you do land something, I felt like adding that bit of text that just floats up and then disappears is a good way of showcasing to the player that, hey, something actually happened. That was added into the game. Yeah, so everything has been pretty solid. As you see on the screen here, me playing on my Galaxy S10, everything just works fine. It looks nice. And the whole idea of the game really is just to put a game out there, see how it performs, practice, study, learn. And I'm going to be adding ads into the game, especially into the gem shop. But yeah, definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. If there's any other feature you'd like to add into the game, I can go ahead and work on it. And if something does look off, definitely let me know. I can fix it. And if anyone wants to play test that kind of stuff, well, thank you guys for joining, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.